So Don, do you want to talk a little about how these fungal organisms exist in nature and they're sort of sentient beings out there? And
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons that I love the turkey tail and the reishi, is because I can have a relationship with them, because here in the Pacific Northwest, they both grow fairly abundantly. And when we do shamanic work with people, we actually have people come and tune into the mushrooms, and it's quite a powerful experience. Actually, I was quite surprised. We tuned into some turkey tails at one of our workshops, and everybody had a pretty profound experience. So what tuning in means is that you're actually communicating with a sentient being. And of course, they communicate in different ways, but we can receive information from them. And so it's another way of connecting with our medicine that I think is really important. And
so how is that done? Are you out in the forest?
I do recommend it live. Yeah, I do recommend it. It can be done, looking at my rishis that have grown here, but we generally do it with people in the forest. I'm remembering one, because often they grow on dead logs, right? And so there's this pretty large dead log, and there's like probably 20 of us all humped over this dead log, just closing our eyes and tuning in. And it seems like such a simple process, but sometimes it's just so amazing, just the amount of energy that comes out of it. Because you got to think of these beings as that they're huge part of our ecosystem. And again, that's another thing that people must need to realize, that where we live in our fir forests, all these trees are connected through the mycelium body, and they get they communicate and receive a lot of their nourishment. They're dependent upon the mycelium to live. I mean, it's not just a relationship. It's like they are what actually transmute the minerals and the other things in the soil to make them bioavailable to the tree. And here in the forestry department, I used to be in the mycology society. It was great because they had mycologists on full time working in the forest, because the mycology is so important to the health of the forests.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I mean, they're out there, everywhere in the forest. You can kind of dig down and you'll see all the white little filaments, and you'll see them, the mushrooms starting to grow off the trees and the polypores, and they're out there as nature's recyclers who are breaking down this organic matter and allowing other plants to utilize this, almost like a compost per se, to give nutrients to new life.
Yeah, I mean, we got some soil from somewhere and it had a lot of wood in it, and all of a sudden we had hundreds of mushrooms, and that was fine because I knew they were breaking down that material to make it a bit available. And we mentioned in the panel about working with the garden giants, for example, in restoring land that's been, polluted. It's a slightly different process, but it's still taking some land that's not bioavailable and making it available. And that's kind of what the mushrooms do.